Welcome to the Grand Prix of Portugal in Santo André, Santiago do Cacem, the 7th and final round of the 2023 Paulo Duarte FIM EnduroGP World Championship. In round 6 at the first GP of Portugal last weekend in Valpaços, early season favorite Brad Freeman, still affected by injuries, is knocked out of the EnduroGP World title race that has come down to 3 men. Josep Garcia back on form, who wins both days over reigning EGP champ Andrea Verona and gold plate holder Steve Holcombe. With 2 stages left to race, Holcombe has a 19-point lead over Verona, with Garcia sitting 26 points behind the Brit. After a 4-day break, the second Grand Prix of Portugal will decide this year's EnduroGP champions.
Last weekend, Garcia went to the wall like he normally does, and great to fight because we're, for sure we both want to win, but there's no animosity, there's no anger either way, and in the end he rode better than I did, so you have to give him the congratulations that he deserves for that. And also with Andrea, it was a little bit of a shame for him to crash and injure his hand, but one small mistake and next thing you're crashing into something. So
it's the last Friday of the season, but with the hot Portuguese sun shining down on the paddock, the ambiance is relaxed as the riders and teams go about preparing for the final weekend of racing of the year.
Good morning, guys. We are here in the south of Portugal for the last round of Enduro World Championship. Here we will have 4 special tests with 3 different kinds of ground. We are looking for the sand, hard pack and stones. Can we meet to the track review?
A tough transport of almost 40 minutes will warm up the riders for the third special test of the day, the Polysport Extreme Test. A mix of stones in a riverbed, tight corner, steep up and down will make this special test very exciting. A bit more than 10 minutes for change completely the style of riding. Passing through another demanding transport, rider will face the just one enduro test. 8 minutes of deep white sand to ride wide open throttle. After dealing with the huge bumps for arrive at the Cerbis cross test, riders need again to switch the riding mode for face a really slippery hardpack ground of this fast and funny test. For the end of the loop, rider will have to ride the Cross Pro Enduro test, another test in the hard soil, with many off-camber corners in a fantastic view from the highest point of the city between the castles.
So these are the 4 tests that the rider will enjoy during the weekend. I hope that you like it. See you tonight for the super test.
It's Friday afternoon and the riders are excited for the Akrapovic Super Test, set to kick off the 7th round in a few hours' time.
Hi guys. Yeah, last weekend went kind of how I wanted it to go, especially. Okay, I think it's important for me to have a sensible ride tonight in the Super Test. Bigger picture, the points were really good. I extended my lead and it put me in a really good position for this weekend.
The event gets underway with the now traditional parade to the town hall for the opening ceremony with tour officials, local partners, and dignitaries. The EnduroGP fans eagerly await the riders and for the action to kick off at the Akrapovic Super Test event site. And now, it's time to race. The organizing club, Motorsport Villanova de Santo André, has put together a short, tight, and technical track that provides plenty of excitement for the locals that have come to enjoy the last Super Test action of the 2023 season.
The seat is yours.
Josep Garcia is 1.67 seconds off the pace, third in the first test of the weekend. 39 hundredths of a second from the win, but nursing an injured wrist, Andrea Verona is happy to finish in second place. In surprisingly fine form, Brad Freeman roars into first place with a time of 1.23.83 to claim victory on the evening and in the 2023 Akrapovic Super Test Series. As the riders roll out of the start gate on day one, the hot sun adds to the many challenges posed by the technical transfers and each of the course's 4 specials designed to test the riders' skills in a multitude of conditions and different types of terrain in the season's final round. Hamish McDonald and Nathan Watson win the first two tests, but Josep Garcia and Andrea Verona get a lock on the top of the timesheets by halfway through the first lap. Having his best stage of the season, Jamie McCanny is in the mix as well, while two small crashes leave Steve Holcombe over 23 seconds off the pace in 6th place after the first go around the 70-kilometer-long course. By the end of lap 2, Garcia has extended his lead over Verona, while Holcombe has made a comeback, pulling into the top 3, with McCanny, Watson, McDonald, Pichon, Bernardini, Freeman, and Milner still in with a shot at a spot in the top 5. Celebrations start for the first 3 official 2023 World Champions as soon as they cross the finish line. Josep Garcia in Enduro 1, Jane Daniels in Women's Enduro, and Kevin Cristino in Enduro Youth, while Jed Etchells nails down the Junior 1 division with the overall junior title still to ride for on Sunday.
But no, it's really nice to get the Junior 1 title, and I'm really happy and ready for tomorrow.
Finally, KTM members, friends, my daughter, my wife, incredible.
Fast Eddie Racing's Jamie McCanny pilots his Husqvarna to his best performance of the year, a fantastic 4th place in EGP. After losing precious seconds in the first 2 tests, Steve Holcombe bounces back with the fastest time in 4 specials to secure important points for his 3rd place finish. In spite of an injured hand, Andrea Verona comes up just 9 seconds short of the stage win, but 2nd place is enough to force the EGP title race to the last day of the season. Josep Garcia snags the lead from Verona after the first test and holds off the Italian until the end to claim his 5th victory of the season and 3rd stage win in a row. Here's the final results tally from day 1 of the Grand Prix of Portugal in Santiago do Cacem. Now let's take a look at the performances of today's EnduroGP Top 10 out on the track.
When the good news coming in on a day-to-day, already know what's happening. I don't gotta shake the hay. Big moves, big stepper in the right direction. The trick and tips, double use a psychedelic. Journey over accolades, divvy up the accolades and tell them every day.
Josep Garcia wins the last Saturday of the season, and with it, the Enduro 1 World Championship.
Be here and win the world title is a dream come true, and when you suffer like this, have even more value. 5 wins in EGP class, 3 in a row. I'm one of the best riders to fight for EnduroGP title. It's like this, but I'm world champion. So.
I see the light at the end of the juice, got me swinging for the fans.
With only the 8 best results counting in Enduro Open World Cup racing, the category champions are pretty much sewn up by the end of the GP of Portugal in Valpaços last weekend. That means a few new faces grace the podiums in Santiago do Cacem as the points leaders lay off the throttle and leave the rest of the field to fight for the final championship places. At the end of the weekend, the Czech Republic's Jiří Hadek France's Enzo Marschall and Austria's Werner Müller are officially crowned champions of the two-stroke, four-stroke, and senior open classes respectively.
Coming from Czech Republic, the World Cup winner for...
On Saturday night, the ambiance gets extremely festive thanks to the crowning of the Open World Cup class champions and the ensuing party in downtown Santiago de Cacem.
Just a quick word with Enzo. Enzo, tell me about the season, how it was. In the second and the first 2 days, alone on the stage. A big applause. Thank you very much.
After a hot and sweaty day one, the riders expect more of the same on day two. However, some are better prepared mentally and physically than others for the last stage of the 2023 season.
Pop it may cost 100 pence. What is applied is always in the man. The gun is my teeth. In the high side, got the upper hand. I'm too good, can't stand down.
Officially out of the EGP title race, but on a serious winning streak in Portugal, the newly crowned Enduro 1 world champion, Josep Garcia, goes on a tear, topping the stage's first 5 specials and winning 7 of 12 on the day. The two remaining EnduroGP title contenders, Steve Holcombe and Andrea Verona, try to outdo each other as they slipstream behind the searing hot Spaniard. Two Brits, Nathan Watson and Jamie McCanney, determined to end their year on a high note, put in season's best performances to finish in the top 5. At the end of a long, exciting, exhausting season, the final champions to be crowned are feted in each of the categories. First and foremost, Steve Holcombe, back on the top of the world in EnduroGP and Enduro 2.
I've been trying for 3 years now, finally got the job done, and now I feel like I've proved myself this year, and yeah, I'm so happy.
Wins in the last two Cross Pro Enduro tests helped Jamie McCanny take fourth again on day 2, meaning a year-end third in E1 and 9th in EnduroGP. Piloting errors cost Andrea Verona second place on the day and in the overall standings. The 2022 EnduroGP World Champion finishes 2023 without a title, third place in EGP and second in Enduro 2. Nathan Watson finishes 18 seconds behind Garcia in a hard-fought and well-deserved second place in front of the incoming and outgoing EnduroGP World Champions. After claiming the Enduro 1 title Saturday, Josep Garcia could easily treat Sunday as a victory lap, which for the Red Bull KTM factory racing rider, it really is, as the Spaniard rides away with the win again in Enduro 1 and EnduroGP. Here are the final results from Stage 2 of the Grand Prix of Portugal in Santiago de Cacem. Now let's take a look at the form of today's EnduroGP Top 10 in the final stage of the season. For the second round in a row, the big winner on the weekend is Josep Garcia. In the Galfer Junior Enduro World Championship, Albin Norrbin claims both stages to secure the Junior 2 title over Max Alin. But second and third places are enough for Jed Etchells to claim the Junior 1 and overall Junior Enduro crowns, while a special mention must be made for Aussie sensation Kyron Bacon's second place performance on Sunday. The final Junior Enduro standings remain the same as they've been since the third round. Jed Etchells first, Albin Norrbin second, and Jeremy Sado in third. In Youth Enduro, Kevin Cristino secures the class title with second place on Saturday and backs it up with a win for good measure on Sunday. The Italian swaps places with Leo Joyon in both stages. The best Thibaut Giraudon can manage is third on Saturday, which means third place in the final standings as Leo Joyon takes second place over his fellow Frenchman with a serious push in the last two GPs of the year. The Youth Enduro leader is the same as all season. Italy's Kevin Cristino claims his first World Championship crown. In the Magna Range FIM Women's Enduro World Championship, Jane Daniels secures back-to-back titles and makes it a perfect season with 2 day wins. Italy's Francesca Nocera pushes hard for second place in both stages, with Spain's Mireia Badia turning heads with 2 solid third-place performances. The now 4-time world champ Jane Daniels tops the final women's Enduro standings, with Jessica Gardner second and Francesca Nocera third. It's been an adrenaline-filled season finale in Santo André, Santiago do Cacem at the second and last Grand Prix of a fantastic Portuguese doubleheader. Steve Holcombe claims the overall Paulo Duarte FIM EnduroGP World Championship for the 4th time.
I think this year in the World Championship we've proven there's only a few of us that can really fight for the overall championship. You know, we can all win on a race day. It's just trying to manage the bad days, manage the crashes, and you know, I obviously done that the best this year and really happy to win the overall and E2.
Chance to get a amazing season has been plotted here in Santiago de Cacem, Terra Única GP of Portugal. A big applause for the top 3 overall winner of the overall.
It's not just the riders under pressure to perform, the teams are in the hunt for points at each Grand Prix too. In the year-end manufacturer standings, Beta brings home the crown, with KTM holding on to second and Gas finishing up in third. It's been a full gas final leg with the Grand Prix of Portugal doubleheader, bringing an action-packed season of racing on the Paulo Duarte FIM EnduroGP World Championship to a close. That's it for 2023. We'll see you back in the paddock next year.